for joining the program Homo Politicals. Today, this is Enterprise Television. I'm pleased to welcome you to the broadcast. Kingsley Bass is my name. Let's get straight to some of the major political happenings in the country. In fact, we are focused on one major political happening or major political event in Nigeria. Now, in a landmark ruling that's steering legal and political conversations across Nigeria, the Federal High Court in Lagos has discharged former Ekiti State Governor Adeola Fayose of all charges in the 6.9 billion naira money laundering case. Justice Chukwujeku Nanike upheld the no-case submission from Fayose's legal team, stating that the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission failed to establish a prima facie case linking him to the alleged crimes. Fayose had faced allegations dating back to 2018, including receiving illicit funds from former Minister Musiliu Obanikoro and laundering money through private companies. But the court ruled that the absence of direct evidence and the failure to charge any co-conspirators undermined the prosecution's case. Now, this verdict raises critical questions on the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission's prosecutorial strength, the credibility of Nigeria's anti-graft war, and what this means for accountability in public office. Let's get talking today. I'm joined by someone who would be talking to me about this today. He's the coordinator, Citizenship Civic Awareness Center. They're also called Democracy Vanguard. He's a journalist, publisher, writer, and former president of the Student Union in Great Ife. He's Adeola Soetan. He joins me virtually today. Many thanks for joining me today.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for joining you. Happy viewership at all.
Yeah, thanks indeed for joining me. Let's get straight to the conversation right now as we, discuss this very important matter. I'd like to get your thoughts on how you have received the news of the court discharging the former governor of Ekiti State, Adeola Fayose.
Yeah. I think we should understand that corruption trial in Nigeria now has become political than legal. And I mentioned it on one or two occasions. That Tinubu regime, any favorite of the government is alleged of corruption will never go to jail. Anybody that the government feels that is going to deliver a vote, some votes, either neatly or crookedly for Tinubu's second term, such a person will not go to jail. And I put a bet on Ayadelo's 100 delegation that for even before he tried to play EFCC, I have put that forward for them not go to jail. So you can see how they show so much love the presidency on the fugitive of law. So Fayose trial will go that way and has gone that way. In the first instance, you ask yourself, this is a case that has run for about 7-8 years. I am a researcher, and I was involved in annual publication on compilation of high-profile cases of corruption, which they do annually. So at territorial and at review state, I was one time or the other involved. So I knew the case. I followed the case, and we could see that much evidence, in fact, much more than much evidence was given. One, Fayose never denied collecting money. He agreed. And his comrade in crime, Obanikoro, you need to go and Google the newspaper report. Was used as a prosecution witness. Obanikoro gave him money. And Obanikoro evidence alone is enough to jail Fayose because he said that emphatically that the money was released to Fayose and the money was taken to Adeola and put in his hotel. I think, I forgot his name of the hotel. Of course, Fayose never denied that. The Zenith Bank, I think Agbele or something like that, their account manager also corroborated that story that he was the one that was in charge of the release and of course taking money from Abuja to Lagos. At a point, they even said that they were afraid that the helicopter will crash because the weight of the money after they package it was too much. So the helicopter had to go twice so that it won't have a crash. Of course, it was obvious that we are in a very corrupt system. And of course, other Tinubu is going to be worse, and it is getting worse. You see, don't forget that during Babangida Buhari, Senator Kalu, who was former governor, he was sentenced for corruption for 7 billion naira, a case that took around 10 years. Of course, also when they got to appeal, they said the judge that came to deliver judgment, the judge that started the case ab initio, that he had been transferred to appeal court, so he had no reason to come back and give judgment. That is service against their administration of criminal justice, because they had to say if you have finished the case, you can just come back and give judgment. And by the time you get to Supreme, they upheld it. The same thing is going to apply to Yahaya Bello, and the same thing has applied. Don't forget that Oshiomhole has said it confidently and publicly that if you want all your sin to be forgiven, just come to their party.
But
Adeola, see openly.
Adeola Soetan, but
So the Fayose case,
Fayose has not moved to the All Progressives Congress. He's
what do
still
you
a member.
say?
I said Fayose has not defected to the All Progressives Congress. He's still a member of the PDP. Going by your logic.
Don't forget. No, it's not about Fayose county or not the county. It's about relativity of their interests. That is it. That you are doing there is one of their big boys in terms of street mobilization, election rigging. She is an acknowledged, accredited, prominent election rigger. Right from the day he was the governor.
No court has convicted. No court has convicted him of that. I suppose this is an allegation that needs to be investigated too.
No, wait. You not saw it when he went to court to deal with a judge. When all they were doing is by saying that Yahaya Bello is not an election rigger. We saw it openly on the day of the election. So they won't compromise the court. That's their issue. But they can't compromise our eyes. We saw it. And the same thing applied to Fayose standing when they used federal maxim out of his candidate of that. I put a fire. I was in Ekiti and I saw the scenario 2 days before. It was obvious that Fayemi's candidate was going to lose because the APC are taking over the garages and they have been committing violence because they have to come with super violence and higher money to counter Fayose regime. So the same thing applies to Fayose. When this case came, don't forget, I hope maybe at the end of the day, I will direct you to either resource center email. The case is there. It's obvious. And I don't know what's happening. It's obvious. I don't know why they are postponing, court, changing judges, changing. Yes. But it's simple case. Money was released, it was straight. Dasuki office released money. Obanikoro was up, and they came to court and gave them money. And the Zenith Bank guy said, yes, they released money.
But
and on top of that, the helicopter wanted to take to Abuja. So
yeah,
how these things are connected together?
Adeola Soetan, pardon me, right? We know how the court of law works. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission is the prosecution in this case. Do you think they've handled this high-profile corruption case, the alleged corruption case? Do you think they handled this properly?
Let me tell you what if Judas Iscariot, with all the evidence against him, if he's brought to any Nigerian court, Judas Iscariot will be discharged and acquitted for lack of diligent prosecution. So that is it. Corruption trial, it's not really a legal thing anymore. It's a political thing. Political issue, not really a moral issue. So it's about how much do you stay? So court can release. Okay, I read the court. They said they didn't bring the evidence. They cannot move forward. Because he said no case to answer. No case to answer for such a case. Don't forget too, you will not even blame the court much at times. He promised his case. It is true that Adeola was not so listed because Adeola was used for prostitution with. It is not so good, in listing about crime commitment. There's a problem with EFCC. Can we restrict the judgment fully? And we know what is happening. I hope people will finalize it. And of course, that's also we also do it. But that's a corruption NGO in Nigeria. And I've read all their, I think 5 or 6 or 7 publications. Fayose is continuing to occur there. And I did some review about. I don't forget, even the law dictum said justice should not only be given or delivered, it must be seen to be delivered. It must be seen.
Yeah.
So it's not about legalism alone. It's about, when they say that, what that means is that they also have to look at public interest in that case. So you cannot say because somebody is, don't forget, they also have to go to a big court, which is going to be a waste of time. What I'm saying, this case is political. And they have lawyers, political lawyers that also are mature and went at you. Nobody came to say, well, I need the money, but I didn't know the source the money was coming from. Of course, that's the truth. You can't get it. I mean, somebody cannot just get 1 billion in his account. And you have SSU, a lot of, you have EFCC, you have bank alert that they set up. So such cannot alert any of the fraud monitoring agencies.
All right.
That tells you systemic. Corruption in Nigeria is not catching 1 or 2 people.
So,
you have the Auditor General, Accountant General,
yeah.
Buhari, also facing trial. You have CBN, but not facing trial. It's about systemic thing.
So do you believe
billions?
Yes. Do you believe? Pardon me. Do you believe that this ruling suggests a legal loophole in how conspiracy and, if you like, financial crimes are prosecuted in Nigeria?
Financial crime, like what the Inka Odumaki suggested cynically when we met at the APC, the EFCC, that was, I think, the chairman before this one. He said, having looked at the whole thing, that they will advise the new chairman then to be chasing Yahoo boys instead of chasing high-profile corrupt politicians, because it's going to bite his lips. Because it's a question of you chasing those who you cannot prosecute well. It's a systemic thing from the EFCC, from the police, from the EFCC to the lawyer they employ, to the lawyer professional employ. The court is a serious indictment. You can see under 2 years, former Deputy Senate President of Nigeria was sentenced in London. If you say we are still going to be beating Bush, I'm going to look at it. The prosecution have been changed. A lot of IPO change, lawyers, prosecution lawyers have changed because of 7, 8 years to prosecute a simple claim. That's what I'm saying. So for the matter that okay, how do we as people, how do we run away from bad elements in our area? Was any court any court indicted them? We know bad boys in our area, we know bad guys in the area, we know those we call thugs, we know those who are thieves in the area. So it's not about when you wait for the court to indict them. Because
All
you
right.
know, how do you get 2 billion, 3 billion? It's not that good an industrialist. I think our prosecution system is even worse. How is that? When you say they who alleges must prove, it put too much burden on the prosecutor. It should have been, how do you get your money? Like, because in our homes, if you just see money, big money with your child, you won't say, let somebody come and prove that. No. The father, a good father, a good mother, you call the son or daughter, say, look, how do you get this money?
All right.
And maybe it's not satisfactory. You can call the teacher or call his friends. That is my boy get this money.
All right.
So it's about our morality, it's our legal morality, and of course ethics, societal ethics, that people will steal money and it's obvious and you will delay it. At the end of the day, the prosecution witness will have died, transferred, the prosecution counsel will have gone, retired, and of course everybody will go to bed and the accused person will be discharged and acquitted.
Just before we let you go,
crime was committed.
Yes. Yeah, I'm sorry, we've got to go soon.
Crime was committed.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Adeola Soetan. We've got to go in just a moment. But just before we let you go, you've mentioned, outlined some of the major problems, and your stance as to the fact that we will continue to have these challenges. But let's talk reforms. Let's talk solutions, right? Just before we go, in closing, what reforms do you think are needed? What reforms do you think are needed to ensure anti-corruption bodies secure convictions when there's suspicion of corruption?
Pardon me. Too lenient.
Yeah,
You
I'm
don't
sorry.
cover
I'm
the
sorry.
school
There's a bit of
billions.
there was.
School billions.
I'm sorry. There was a bit of connection
What I'm
problem
saying is,
with what you said. You said that there's a Chinese proverb, I suppose.
look, you can't be getting people who say 100,000, 400,000 for 20 years, and you treat billionaire criminal as a saint. Let's start getting them for life sentence, death sentence, and our prosecution time was changed. This is where I'm a bit comfortable. I mean, I think in recent time with the other for years. Because when they go after civil servant, they look at the money in their account and they tell them to come and explain it. How do you put billions in your account? So it's about us. And again, I'll pay for election now. To be a governor now, you need to steal money. To be president now, you need to steal more money because the electoral process is too expensive. So what we need to do is to decentralize our electoral system.
Okay.
Of the billionaires. But what you see now is that before you ever become a governor, you must steal billions. When you can become president, you must steal billions. Well, you have to spend multi-billions. And these guys are not steal money. So if you are not there, our restriction must be tough and let those big money in their account. Explain it. Don't forget the NMT former GTT, a group managing director, where some money was they gave him as price, as a gift. And that was how explained. Okay. So it's about us.
All right. Well, let's draw the curtains here to this point. Let's
So we
just
need to be careful.
yeah.
We need to be careful of it.
Let's leave things there. Let's leave things there this time.
So if this is not continued,
Yeah. Adeola, Soetan, I'm sorry, we've got to go now. I've been speaking with the coordinator of Citizenship Civic Awareness Center.
Thank you very much.
This civic society organization is also called Democracy Vanguard. He's a broadcast journalist, publisher, writer, and former president of the Students' Union in Great Ife. Adeola Soetan, many thanks for joining me today on Homo Politicus. Yeah.
It's my pleasure.
Yeah. We've been talking about the decision of the court, of the Federal High Court in Lagos, discharging the former governor of Ekiti State on a no-case submission ground, if you like, following the charges leveled against the former governor, Ayodele Fayose, in the tune of about 6 billion naira. This case has lingered since 2018, and he's been before this decision of the court. He was being prosecuted by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, and the decision of the court is that the commission failed to establish a prima facie case against Ayodele Fayose. But let's leave things there today. You can stop by the comment section. Let me know what you make of the conversation and this decision of the court, and we'll keep following this development and bring those your way on Homo Politicus. Until next time, make sure you're safe and continue to watch Enterprise Television. May God continue to bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Kingsley Bass is my name. Bye for now.